If you're a freelance designer, writer, or editor charging somewhere around $50 an hour right now, there's a good chance you're leaving roughly $30,000 a year on the table. Not because your work isn't worth more, because the math you used to set that rate was almost certainly wrong from the start. Here's how most freelancers set their rate. They look at what a full-time job in their field pays. They divide the annual salary by 2,000 hours, and they use that as their freelance hourly rate. So if a staff designer earns $75,000 a year, that math gives them $37.50 an hour. And that number is wrong. Not a little wrong, structurally wrong. Because a $75,000 salary is not $75,000 in take-home pay. And a freelance hour is not the same as an employee hour. Those two facts, ignored, are where the $30,000 goes. Let's actually do this math, because I think most people have never seen it written out clearly. When you're an employee, your employer pays half of your Social Security and Medicare taxes. That's 7.65% of your wages. You pay the other half. You probably never noticed it. It just disappeared before your paycheck. When you're freelance, you pay both halves. All 15.3% of self-employment tax on top of your regular income tax. So on $75,000 of freelance income, that's about $10,000 in self-employment tax before you touch federal or state income tax. An employee earning the same $75,000 owes none of that. And that's before the second invisible cost. A full-time employee works roughly 2,000 hours a year and gets paid for all of them. A full-time freelancer works about 2,000 hours a year and gets paid for maybe 1,100 to 1,300 of them. That number comes from surveys by the Freelancers Union and time tracking data from platforms like Harvest and Toggle. Consistently, independent contractors spend 30 to 45% of their working time on non-billable work. Pitching, invoicing, chasing payments, revisions outside scope, admin. So your effective annual billing capacity isn't 2,000 hours, it's closer to 1,200. That single fact means your rate needs to be roughly 65% higher than your equivalent staff salary, just to break even on time. But here's what almost no one mentions, and it's the part that actually costs you. Benefits. An employer-sponsored benefits package, health insurance, dental, vision, paid time off, a 401k match, is worth roughly $15,000 to $22,000 a year on top of salary, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data from 2024. That number is for a median full-time worker. As a freelancer, you pay those costs yourself. Or you don't have them, which is its own kind of cost. Health insurance alone, on the individual ACA marketplace, runs $400 to $700 a month for a relatively healthy adult in most US states. That's $5,000 to $8,400 per year before you use it. No paid vacation, no sick days. If you stop working, the income stops. So let's build the real number now. We'll use a concrete example. A freelance copywriter who wants to net $65,000 a year, comparable to a mid-level staff role in a major US city. Step 1. Add benefits replacement. $65,000 target income plus $17,000 for benefits and overhead. Now you need to bill $82,000. Step 2. Account for self-employment tax. SE tax is roughly 14.1% after the deduction for half of SE tax. To net $82,000 after SE tax, you need to gross about $95,500. Step 3. Account for unbillable hours. At 1,200 billable hours per year, which is realistic for an active full-time freelancer, divide $95,500 by 1 to 200. That's $79.50 an hour. To net $65,000 a year, not get rich, just net $65,000. A freelancer needs to bill roughly $80 an hour. The person who set their rate at $50 because a staff job pays $75,000 isn't charging less because they're more affordable. They're charging less because they did the wrong math. And the market, it turns out, often supports the right math. Let's check this against current market data. According to 2025 data from the Freelancers Union, Contra, and AIA's fee surveys, mid-level freelance rates in the US in 2025 and into 2026 look roughly like this. Graphic designers, $65 to $120 per hour. Copywriters and content writers, $60 to $110 per hour. Video editors, $55 to $100 per hour. Photographers, commercial, $75 to $150 per hour. UX and product designers, $90 to $175 per hour. The $79.50 break-even for a $65,000 income goal sits comfortably inside the market range for every one of these categories at the mid-level. That means the market is not the problem. Underpricing is not a competitive strategy. It's just a math error. Now here's where I'll say something that might be uncomfortable if you currently charge by the hour. Hourly rates are actually a bad deal for skilled freelancers. The better you get, the faster you work. And the faster you work, the less you earn for the same output. You are financially penalized for improving. Project-based pricing solves this. A brand identity project that takes you 15 hours and bills at $75 an hour is $1,125. That same project, priced at its value to the client, a new business identity that'll run on everything they publish for the next 5 years, is worth $3,000 to $6,000 on the low end of any professional fee schedule. The work is identical, the rate is not. The difference is the pricing model. Hourly rates are fine for getting started, they're also a ceiling. So let's tie this together. The $30,000 gap between what most freelancers charge and what they should charge isn't about confidence or imposter syndrome, although that's real. It's arithmetic. 3 specific errors: forgetting the self-employment tax gross up, forgetting that 40% of your hours don't bill, and forgetting that benefits you gave up at your staff job don't disappear. They just cost you directly now. Fix those 3 inputs, and a mid-level freelance creative's rate floor is $75 to $85 an hour in most US markets. Not the ceiling, the floor. If you're a photographer, designer, writer, or editor charging below that right now, this isn't about whether your work is worth it. It almost certainly is. It's about whether you've done this specific math, for your specific situation, in writing. Most people haven't. We built a free rate calculator on the Margin Notes site that does this math for you. Plugs in your income target, your state, your benefit situation, and your estimated billable hours, and gives you a project rate and an hourly floor. The link is in the description. It takes about 4 minutes. If you're also trying to figure out how to structure the actual conversation with a client, how to send a rate increase, how to quote a project you've never done before, that's covered in the newsletter. It goes out every 2 weeks. Also in the description. The math isn't complicated. It's just math no one sat down and showed you. Now you've seen it. Pacing. Hold on number reveals for a full beat before continuing. Don't cut away from the rate builder animation until all rows are visible. Typography. All on-screen numbers in GT Sectra. Call-out cards use terracotta left border rule, ink text body, cream background. Consistent throughout. No B-roll of people at laptops. If movement is needed, use animated document builds, chart grows, number reveals, or screen-style mock-ups. Music, minimal, low bed only. Something editorial and understated. No lo-fi beats, nothing with a drop. Silence on key number reveals is intentional and effective. Don't fill it. Markers. Hold audio and visuals for approximately 1.5 seconds before continuing.